Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. We've got some weird weather out there right now. It's a little cool, it's windy. I guess we have a big nor'easter coming in starting tomorrow, I think most of Thursday into Friday. So just be aware of that, right? High winds, rain. I know I just opened my pool up. I'm sure that will take a beating. A lot of people are getting their umbrellas out and canopies and things like that. So just be aware of all that. We got some high winds coming in and we've got some rain. So, and hopefully by Memorial Day, so this Monday, the weather starts turning around, and I think we got some sunny weather coming next Monday, temp in the 60s. So in any case, just be aware, we've got some weather coming. What's going on? This is such a busy time of year, and I know I've been saying this the last couple of weeks, but there's just so much going on, whether it be events, or just stuff going on within the city, street work, you got parklets, you've got budget and CIP and all those things, and then you've got all these events, right? The schools have a ton of things going on. We had the Green Expo on Sunday that took place at the Senior Center and the Bresnahan School. A big shout out to Molly Ettenborough and crew for putting that together. I mean, I think we had over 40 vendors. We had a tour around the city of some sustainability projects that we had underway, like the new Cutter Fire Station, the net zero facility. We had a tour, we had vendors, we had stuff for kids, stuff for adults. So I mean, there was a lot going on with that Green Expo. There's such a thirst for that, I think, here in Newburyport. And it's just a great opportunity to get as much info out to people who are really looking to be environmentally conscious. And we had like an EV demonstration, so there was like vehicles and equipment, landscaping and gardening equipment too, electric equipment. So I mean, there was a lot of great things that was incorporated into that, composting demonstrations, things like that. So it's a massive undertaking. We were in like 2 locations this year, like I said, the Bresnahan and the Senior Center, and from all accounts, everyone just really enjoyed it. And it provided a lot of value to the community. So again, thank you to Molly and team. I know the Resiliency Committee was really involved with that as well. But it's just a great event. We do that every couple years, and so again, it all came together, and I just want to thank them for their efforts. What else happened? Last week we also had the Peace Prize Awards. All right, so these are given by the Human Rights Commission. This also was at the Senior Center, packed house. And what's cool about this award, these awards are that the Human Rights Commission puts it on, but all the schools participate in town. So not only our public schools, but then our charter school, the IC. They all take part in this as well, and you get to hear directly from school staff at all of these schools, and then you hear from them directly why they nominated this student for this type of award. All right, so there was a ton of them, right? A couple at each grade level, and then again at the IC and River Valley. But and it's nice. I knew a lot of the kids this year, so that was great. A lot of them were like old Newburyport families, which I love to see. But then just great kids and great stories about them. Including people and making sure everyone feels involved in their school committee or school community. Just stories like that about them, like going out of their way to be kind and great students, but also, always looking out for their fellow classmates. So again, I mean, there was actually stories that brought you to tears. So it was just such a great event, and it highlights just kids being good kids and good people, and it highlights the great job parents are doing in the community. So those events really make me happy, one, but two, it's just a great time of year to be highlighting those types of things, especially in the world we live in right now. We should be encouraging and celebrating all the good things that are happening as well, and not just focusing on some of the negative stuff. So again, hats off to the Human Rights Commission. That's one of my favorite events of the year, and it was nice to see all those kids recognized. What else is going on? We had a big installation happen at the Custom House Maritime Museum this week as well. So the Klein Marine Systems Company, who is just relocating here to Newburyport. So they were in Portsmouth, and they just moved out to the industrial park this week. So they officially are working in Newburyport. But they had an old anchor that they wanted to donate to the city. And so they had reached out to the Custom House and arranged for this anchor to be dropped off. Now this anchor is ginormous. I don't know if you saw a picture of it, but it's over 6,000 pounds. They weighed it before they brought it on Monday. And so it's about 6,500 pounds, this anchor. And it's from an old ship from 1907, and it was a shipwreck. And the ship was the Sagamore. And so they had this big anchor. They wanted to do something with it, and so they donated it to the Custom House Maritime Museum. And so we had a great unveiling of that on Monday. And that's right there. It's right on the rail trail, so it's just a great spot for people to come see just how massive this anchor was for this large vessel, the Sagamore. So pretty cool story, and it's nice that we have this new company in Newburyport, Klein Marine Services. Klein Marine Systems, and they're brand new to Newburyport, but they do a lot of cool stuff. So it was great for them to be there, and great for them to donate that to the city. Now, this is Wednesday, right? So this comes out on Thursday, but tomorrow we have our STEAM Expo, right? Science, technology, arts, and engineering. Oh, engineering, that's what it was. The E was engineering. So that expo is happening at the Bresnahan School. So Kristen Spinney is our STEM coordinator, and this is an awesome event as well. It happens in the Bresnahan gym. Kind of happens throughout the day. They do different grades as the day goes on. So I'm going to try to get to grade 2, which is in the afternoon. But it's just a great opportunity for kids to kind of be able to go through and learn about a lot of things around science and technology and engineering and arts. And mechanics, and so there's a lot of, it's all volunteer based, and so it's almost like a fair they go along to, and they go to all these different stations while they're there. There'll be like a robot dog there for a demonstration, but I love watching the kids interact with each of the stations. There'll be a composting piece of this, and a lot of these are all coming from people in our community, so it's just leveraging all that expertise and the people that want to give back and share what they know. With the kids at the Bresnahan School. So that's a great event. That's happening Thursday. I can't wait to stop by there. Kristen Spinney does an amazing job here in Newburyport. Also on Thursday, another event I get to go to is the Credit for Life Fair. All right, now that's happening at Salem State. This is something that Institution for Savings has been putting on for years. It is a massive effort. So we are in the court area of their big basketball arena on Salem State, and it's completely full. And this is kind of an immersive, real-world financial experience for juniors in high school. So, and then it happens at Salem State because the whole North Shore sends students to this. So we will have I think last year we had our whole junior class go, and then all these other schools will do something similar. So once you're there, you are kind of put into this financial real-world scenario where you are managing your finances, and you're doing everything from buying a car to figuring out school, figuring out where to live. What are you going to be spending towards entertainment in your life? What are you going to be spending towards multimedia subscriptions or food or all those things? And they have to manage their own budget, and it's really fascinating. And so I love to go. I went last year for the first time. And it's amazing to see the kids kind of interact and really take this seriously, and then to see the looks on their faces when again, real world scenarios. What does that look like in practice, right? Because you might not be doing that right now in your everyday practice, but a junior in high school, soon enough you will have to be doing those types of things. So it's a wonderful thing that Institution for Savings does. They've been such an advocate for financial literacy in our schools. I think they would be the first to tell you that they think this should be a required class by all kids that go through Massachusetts schools. And hopefully one day that we'll get there, but this event is surely one great thing that we get to do right now that gives some kids some real world experiences around finances. So kudos to Institution for Savings, Mary Ann Clancy in particular, and like I said, I look forward to going to that event this week. What also started this week was finally the budget hearing started this week. So fiscal year 26 budget. We started with the capital improvement plan this week. So we actually had our first hearing last night. I thought it went well. City Council is going to have tough questions as we go through this process. I think we've put together a really thoughtful budget this year. Again, a 3.6% increase, but really only 1.8% if you look at what we're actually cutting, and then some of the increases that we're dealing with, like health insurance. Capital improvement plan is brand new, right? So if you remember last year, the council voted, it didn't pass. It voted 5-5 for the capital improvement plan. So we went back and completely reworked it. And now I think we have a reasonable and measured capital improvement plan that's realistic about what projects we're going to do these next 5 years. And so that conversation started last night. And so that went really well. And then I think we've got another week of that, and then we'll get into the budget hearings right at the beginning of June. And then they'll go through all the departments with the budget. And then the plan is to take a vote on the budget on June 18th. So a lot of work to do, but good start last night. And like I said, I appreciate all the city input and help putting the budget together, and then all the time that they're going to have to give, talking about their budgets to City Council. It's always a big undertaking. And then finally, I just want to mention it's Memorial Day weekend, so take a moment and just remember those who gave the ultimate price for our country. I think we can't do enough to celebrate our veterans. My sister's in a military family. My brother-in-law is currently a general in the Air Force. They're about to get their next assignment. They're actually going to be assigned to Canada. He's going to be the deputy commander of NORAD in Winnipeg. So they're leaving soon for that next assignment. But Memorial Day is just a great time to honor those who paid the ultimate price for our freedom. I think we do a great ceremony here. So if you're in town on Monday, it looks like it's going to be a nice day. 11 o'clock here at City Hall. We actually start around 10:45. We march down from the Bartlett Mall, get here at City Hall at 11 o'clock. We do a little ceremony here. We mention all of the departed veterans since our last time together, which would have been Veterans Day. And then we march down to the waterfront, and we have a little ceremony honoring the Coast Guard. And then from there, we march to the Veterans Cemetery where we close up a little ceremony there. So it's a really great event, and it's great to come out and just honor our veterans who, again, answered the call for their country. But it's a great service, and Kevin Hunt, our Veterans Administrator, does a great job. So I hope everyone can come out to that. And that's my Mayor's Corner this week. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Hopefully this weather will change for us. We can enjoy a little bit of it. And I'll see you all next time on the Mayor's Corner.